So I want to go over a flowchart on how to essentially create info products like 5-page PDFs very quickly. And we want to try to do 5-page PDFs within 2 hours. I'll show you how it's done. A lot of it's using creativity, good research, and very creative research, as a matter of fact. So how do we do this? Okay, so just kind of through the flowchart, you can kind of go through some of this, and I like to use what I call brain dumps. So basically, whatever's in my head, no matter how silly, I'm gonna dump it out to the audience. Okay, so this comes with practice, a little bit of creativity, lots of research, and so let's say today we are gonna make the product, this bonus called the Sleepaway Diabetes Miracle Guide. Let's say it's gonna be it's gonna be a 5-page PDF. Okay. I'm going to make the font size huge, so it's going to be easy to fill up those 5 pages. So I'm essentially going to make all of this into large heading, basically. It's going to be huge. So how do I do this? Okay, so the first thing, let's go to research. Biggest thing, I want to ask myself, what is it that the audience wants to do? So basically what they want to do in this case is if you read the actual sales copy on the sales side that's telling people to buy, what it is basically it wants to let someone cure their diabetes or reverse their high blood sugar effortlessly just by sleeping. At least some technique or variation of sleep or something that has to do with sleep that helps me effortlessly cure or reverse my diabetic condition, my type 2 diabetic condition, okay? So let's go into this and let's actually make this. So obviously by the author, this guide will prove to you that sleep alone can help you on your path in breaking the chains of diabetes. Okay, so the first thing is we go to, what I like to do is, as I go into the flow chart right here, I like to go to, let's say YouTube, for example. I'm gonna look in various terms like diabetes sleep cure, okay? I'm not really finding anything too much here in terms of any hacks or weird tricks or anything like that. So let's use another search term. Let's say cure diabetes using, let's say napping, okay? And let's see if there's anything. Daytime naps, well, no, you don't want association with diabetes. You want to be able to reverse that. This isn't good in terms of actually, so yeah, never sleeping through the night, things like that. No, I'm not really seeing anything. So we're going to go ahead and go to Google instead into some of these other things. So let's say we go and sleep diabetes cure. There's going to be all kinds of stuff. Now I can also guesstimate certain things. So if I come up with like sleep apnea, for example, I'm gonna say, because sleep apnea causes diabetes in a lot of cases, how do we cure sleep apnea? So we can certainly do a sleep apnea, easy trick to sleep well. Napping cures diabetes. How to sleep well. That alone will essentially, by transitive property, will essentially help someone relieve their diabetes. Okay, so let's say this right here. So fast tricks to sleep well. Okay, phone tricks to sleep well. You can watch these YouTube videos, get a lot of good content. These will give you some ideas. Sometimes it takes the creative, like you have to have that creativity, a very creative mind to essentially help and see, okay, what else can I see? Okay, can napping cures diabetes. I'm also going to look in Google discussions and Google News, for example. Okay, no, that's probably the opposite of what I want. Okay, how about this? Better sleep, easy hacks. Okay, so easy hacks for better sleep, how to get scientific hacks to get a better night's sleep. All this is super good information that you can literally copy and paraphrase into your Sleepaway Diabetes Miracle Guide. Okay, another thing, just to be very, very easy, just to make this even easier in terms of outputting and brain dumping more content using creativity. So sleep apnea right here, it says about walking. So the trick is to walk, basically not to sit all day, because that's the conclusion of this article. Essentially I say, make sure you have a standing desk or you're able to walk around during the day every 15 minutes. And I'm going to give them some apps like Rescue Time or some apps like that basically monitor how much screen time or computer time you're using. It's going to interrupt you every 15 minutes and essentially ensure that you get up and take a roundabout walk in your room. That's one habit that's going to help you sleep better and ultimately help you with your diabetic condition. Okay, so right before the walk, drink some water in order to alleviate. This comes from my other knowledge, having researched diabetes. Just get creative, okay? Another thing you can do, so with enough research, all this stuff, you want to paraphrase stuff. So, you want to be able to extrapolate stuff. So if you find that type 2 diabetic sleep cure pops up all kinds of stuff, like what to eat before sleep, talk about, search for other terms. So it's a deep branched searching. It's not just searching one term. One term is going to give you new ideas that'll spawn a next generation of ideas that you can search deeper and deeper and deeper on in terms of new terms. Early bedtime. Does an early bedtime cure diabetes? Let's go and check that out actually. Early bedtime cure, let's say blood sugar, let's say, or lowers blood sugar. I think that's a good term. Okay, so I'm, again, deep searching. So morning rituals, there you go. This is something that's powerful. I think this is really powerful because it's right after sleep. Morning rituals and things like that. Okay, well, this isn't really related to sleep, but you can certainly add that in there as well. And so, okay, that was weird. That's an advertisement anyways. So you can essentially find ways to sleep apnea. Okay, we're back to sleep apnea again. But the point being, let's say, here's another thing. Not late bedtime. Let's say dreams cure diabetes. Like a state of dreaming, vivid dreaming causes. Does this actually have anything to do with diabetes? No, I'm not seeing anything related to diabetes and dreams. REM sleep cure diabetes. Let's see if it does, okay? Link between sleep and diabetes. Okay, no, I'm not really seeing how loss of REM impacts health. Okay, so this is something that, you could probably look into. So how to increase, so for example, we can talk about how to increase our REM sleep. Paraphrase it in here, add a bulk of content. Another very important thing to really add a lot is a lot of content. I'd say even up to 80% of the content can be about mindset, motivating them, entertaining them. It doesn't actually have to be methods. So it could be one method, for example, walk around during your day, and then you can talk about the mental motivation around walking, like, listen to the birds, listen to some music around, talk to some friends, and also share stories about success stories about how, someone like John Smith or Sarah Smith, she started walking around every 15 minutes by adding this app into her computer that's going to stop her from sitting there on her butt all day. And just by that habit, within 30 days, she was able to sleep better, which caused her diabetic condition to be alleviated. Okay, so these are things, talking about stories, that's going to add a lot of fluff in there, be fun and entertaining. You can talk about, crack some jokes in the PDF. And again, finally, last but not least, you can do this by making this huge. Okay, so you take this, obviously, you're going to make this large heading kind of thing. This will essentially get you to 5 pages much easier. Add some images and things like that. People are not just looking for methods. They are looking for motivation, entertainment, comfort, solace, community. That's what they're looking for within this PDF. It's really an entertainment thing as much as it is, if not more than an informative thing. So this is very, very important. That's how you bulk up your content super fast and make it literally 5 pages, even 10 pages within 2 hours. So obviously it's got to have good core information, just like I said, with the research that we're doing and everything, and just, being able to decode even more research. So with sleep, let's say snoring, diabetes. If snoring has any impact on diabetes, that's not good. Then we know what we want to search: how to cure snoring. And by easy hacks, easy tricks, or hidden methods to cure snoring, if we search those terms, those will be things to add into our little sleep guide as well. So again, you have to have a branched out amount of search keywords to find out exactly all the best information to pack in, and then layer on a bulk, a huge 80% of the bulk should be entertainment, stories, examples, fun, things like that you add into this thing, and make the size huge, and then that will get you to 5 pages for the PDF very, very quickly. Good information at the same time, bulked up by good entertainment info. Doesn't have to be funny, as long as it's something that, adds a little bit of character inside, shows some community, add some testimonials inside. You can call those testimonials anonymous, obviously, and even if it's you saying those testimonials, you just say it's anonymous, and essentially, add in some really fruitful stuff, because people are appreciative of this from a mental motivation level, even more so than the information level, because, well, there's probably not that many methods revolving sleep that fill up like 50 pages on how to cure this using sleep. But you can fill up those 50 pages, let's say, using all kinds of those things that I just mentioned right here. So go through this flow chart, and you should be able to quickly produce high quality information products using this method, at least in the perception of the user.